No, I am never ready for all of this.
Oh God. Oh
Well
God.
played, sir. Well played. On a really crummy bitrate from your webcam. I don't know what Discord dislikes about
I
your
don't
webcam.
know what it is. Discord doesn't like the sheer magnitude of my fruit, apparently. Too
Anyone
healthy
listening
for
to just
Twitch.
audio is going to tell you that's so out of context.
That's my life in a nutshell. You can take everything out of context.
Oh. Oh, right, I realise I need to get some music on. Can't have D&D without music. If only I could stream my audio without actually having to, physically stream it to you guys. Make life a lot easier. But oh well. So, welcome everybody to Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes here on Tales of Gaming Addiction. A show where we sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, it's been a mad week. I think it's been a week. It hasn't felt like a week for me. I don't know how it's felt for you guys.
I agree.
I don't know. Everything blends.
Although,
Gone too fast for my liking.
I do have a new game.
God damn it, Brian! I've also bought that new game.
Well,
I just don't have
feel
it
bad
yet.
because I said I'll stream it when I get a capture card. So I decided, I'll get through the tutorial bit. May have gone past tutorial, and I apologise.
This is specifically why I have made a second profile specifically for streaming Twitch stuff, so that I can start a new game whenever I want.
Torture, because it's going to be a case of whoever's on and whoever's watching the stream get to pick the photos I have to send.
Be stupid, sexy Raichu.
Now, although I've got one a lot of people haven't got yet, so I'm proud of that one. I got damn lucky. How I did it, I don't know. But apparently I got damn lucky.
Nice.
Anyway, but that's for another time. I need to get a capture card first, otherwise I can't stream it. But right now, of course, we are streaming some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
So Foxy will be with us shortly. He's currently on mute. He's on the phone to the woman.
Woman!
And so we'll be chilling out shortly. Oh, I also have some news. Some good news. Good news, everyone.
Alright.
Ooh.
Do we level up?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Soon you guys will level up. No, my problem has been sorted.
Okay.
So I finally delivering it to your address.
Yes. It's coming to my house, not some random house in Maltby.
Thank God.
Did somebody sign for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that happened to one of my packages.
Yep,
it said it was delivered and signed for, and
I have the full tracking data and everything. So someone somewhere made a humongous mistake. But I will have my goods plus some extras as an apology. So one day I'll do a review of what I got sent. One day.
Just not yet.
Yeah, it's not the most expensive mistake I've ever made. That sits in the other room and costs like $3,000.
oh boy.
And one day I will have that put up on a stand in a display case in a vacuum sealed room. Anyway.
And do a review of it.
Oh no, I'm not doing a review of it. It's just going to be like, this is my mistake.
Oh no, I'm joking. That's what I mean. Like, eventually.
Oh yeah, eventually I will review the amazing Medivh costume.
You will do all of this stuff and then review.
This is the Medivh costume for the Warcraft movie. I bought this years ago. It looks amazing. Anyway, so for the last time on our wonderful D&D game, because we have a lot to get through tonight. Things may happen. Okay, no problems, Rogesh. So last time you guys had been dealing with the gnolls that have been plaguing the Elven lands for quite some time. You managed to track one lot down through the dunes to a small mine that they had taken over, which which was mined out. Well, the mine itself is producing shards of. I forgot what we called it now. Did we call it like osmium or something like that? And it was just basically thunder-based elemental gems. To which Khan has got a shard and is using it as a wand.
Yep.
Which reminds me, I forgot to say to you, Dom. If you're casting spells with that, it's not a +1 wand, but it does allow you to do an extra 1d4 thunder damage for every spell level that you're using.
Ooh, so if it's spell level 1 would be 1d4,
if
level 2, 2d4.
Yep, and so on all the way up to 8th.
I'll write that down.
Yep. But
what did you say the name of the crystal was?
I recall it being osmium, but I may be wrong. It might have been
osmium in the time being.
Yeah. But again, that's for all your spells. So if you did like sleep, for example, at 2nd level, you'd roll the hit dice, and then someone randomly is going to get 2d4 thunder damage. Somewhere in the AoE. It may not be be on someone, it'll be somewhere at random.
That's actually pretty. That means Cloud of Daggers would be like Cloud of Thunderstorm.
Pretty much, yeah. It was Thunder Daggers. It was amazing.
That's fucking dope.
I remember the description of the clouds. The hilt and the guard were a cloud, and the blade was a little lightning bolt.
Yeah. New toy.
New toy is great. But yeah, you managed to fight your way all the way through, killed a pack lord, a seemingly high-ranking gnoll, after a very hard-fought battle where Ralgash nearly died, but Twitch chat gambled their one full restore to keep him alive. Curse you, Twitch chat. But upon his fall, we now come to an interesting conundrum as we meet up with you guys. As in the corner of this room, there is a small and simple forge.
Oh yeah, Rune Forge.
Yes, not a rune forge, an arcane forge of some description. To which there are some metallic components in there, and they seem to be fueling it using the thorium, these crystals as a fuel source to keep the enchantments going. But whoever wishes to, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where are you, Arcani? You are. Give me some of that sweet pep. Oh, for God's sake, Khan!
Khan, you had one job.
He's been staring too long into a shiny crystal of shine.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
I mean...
here we go. This could be fun.
Shizuka.
So, Shizuka.
The mute recognise it.
Yeah. Well, Khan's like... It's something. Gemstone is much more interesting, much more shiny. He's like slowly about to become the blue Dino Power Ranger. But certainly you, Shizuka, you recognise the arcane brilliance of this thing. And it's almost finished.
Oh. Oh no.
It just requires someone just to add in that final touch.
Oh no. What do we have to do?
Sadly, Shizuka didn't get that high. It was a very high DC to work out.
It was a very high DC, yeah.
To work out the full extent, but all that she can infer... Sorry to put words in your mouth, Tash. But it's
that's fine.
It's nearly done.
I will just press to digitate. It's nearly done, but it needs one more thing. I can't tell what that one more thing is. So, yeah. Have fun with that riddle. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll leave it to you guys.
So, what are we doing? What do we need to actually do?
Shizuka cannot say.
I'm not allowed to say. Nope.
Well, it's not so much you're not allowed to say, it's just as a character you don't know.
Well, yeah.
I was going over this with Tash because I wanted to be sure, like, does this sound unfair? I want an honest player's opinion.
But I take it we're looking at this stuff over here.
Yep.
In the room.
Yes, there's a crate full of these thunder gems and a nice red hot forge still glowing away with a small hunk of metal in it that is glowing white hot but is nearly finished.
Might as well take it out then. I'll just sort of go.
This is gonna be good.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I'm covering my head.
Okay, Zopper, go ahead and make a charisma saving throw for me. As you get closer, like something creeps into the back of your mind, and you instinctively go for the tongs, and then your hand sort of glides away from the tongs for a second.
Oh.
But see how you make the save.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Is it the wrong one?
No,
Seems good.
Christmas save. That's a check. Need to save.
That's what I mean. It's the wrong way. It's just, so.
Still pretty good.
That's still good.
Yeah,
So
not
you put your hand over it, and it's like red hot. You instinctively go back to the tongs and grab the tongs, and you pull the blade out and inspect it, and it looks fine. It looks good. And the rest of you watch as Zopper begins to blacksmith, something she's never done before. At least as far as I'm aware.
Hey.
But it's like, for you, Zopper, this is like instinctive. Like, you know where to strike the hammer on the blade to finish carving this thing out.
Oh, no.
As you do so, go ahead and give me a Arcana check and a Charisma check.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Yep. It is all you.
This is it before it's like, brand the item. No, that's my hand. Brand the item. That's my other hand. Oh, I'm cursed now.
I'm cursed. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Ooh.
Hasn't
Okay.
done too badly at the minute.
So, nothing bad has happened. Now I need you to roll me some very specific dice.
Oh, Christ.
Okay.
First off, could you roll me, please?
Cover your heads, everybody.
First of all, can you roll me a 1d100?
Oh god, it's a wild magic forge.
I'm going to be turned into a Colbert.
Oh, my God.
Into a sheep!
Okay. And now roll me a d4.
Oh, boy.
And I need my notepad so I can keep track of what's going on.
Oh, boy.
The one time I actually take notes, and I don't take notes. It's been a while.
Oh, no.
She's very
Ooh. Very interesting. And then finally, a final d100.
Oh, no.
Pen,
Another
pen,
D100.
pen. Yes.
There's too many rolls. I'm scared.
Oh, no.
Okie dokie. That works out very nicely.
Very nice.
What you got in your Arcana? 820. Cool. I need to get this one up. Okay, and then finally a final D100.
Another one?
What are we rolling here for?
Oh, you'll find out in a second.
Are we forging something? Or are we just giving birth to something? Is that going to be a baby?
Baby.
Ooh.
These are
It's
just
a flame
pregnancy
baby.
checks?
Okay. After a fair few minutes of like watching Zopper, and like Zopper's like in a full trance
Oh, snap.
in doing this, she then drops the tongs, blade is still on the anvil, and she grabs the tang, so where the handle would go, with her bare hand. It doesn't burn her.
Okay.
And she turns around
I am
and
a demon anyway.
she dunks it and her hand into the water. You hear the instant hiss of steam. The majority of that little pond has evaporated.
Oh,
shit.
boy.
And Zopper, you now have a soul-bound blade.
Oh, fuck.
Which now serves
Dude,
which has now killed two birds with one stone. One, this forge is now used up. For the next month, it cannot be used again. And secondly, this can be considered your pact weapon for Pact of the Blade.
Oh, excellent. Well, that sorts that out.
And if you want to know what those rolls were, by the way...
Yeah.
God.
As if I burned myself or not.
No, it's not if you hurt yourself or not. It's for how
the
this
amount
weapon is going to react.
Sorry, the amount of...
So you have just made yourself a sentient magic item.
Oh my god, no. If it starts singing songs when we know we've gone too far.
No, tell you what I just thought of immediately was Flint the Time Detective and his dad. That's the hammer.
Oh, I love it.
The sentient hammer.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, actually,
I love
Zopper
that
loses no
program.
hit points.
Mm-hmm.
There was a possibility of negatives happening. If you had rolled like a natural 1, I would have made you roll a very deadly table. But you didn't roll a natural 1 and everything was above a 15, so it's all fine. But no, you have been making your own sentient magic item. So this blade communicates by transmitting emotions to you. It can hear with normal vision up to 120 feet. And is considered to be a chaotic good weapon.
Yay! That's sort of what I lean against anyway.
Mm-hmm. So by random rolls, it's almost become like a piece of you. You have imprinted onto it. And now the games begin.
And it calls you Mama. Mama? Like,
yeah, when I find the guy that I'm looking for, he's gonna...
Suddenly the sword starts just playing the Kill Bill music to you.
Ooh, excuse me.
My god.
So, yeah, otherwise you now have a funky new sword. For the purposes of how it's used, it can be any simple weapon of your choice. So it can be a short sword, a club, an axe, not really so much a quarterstaff, but if you want it to be, it can do.
Yeah. No, that should be fine as a sword.
Yeah, okay then. So, I'll add to your character sheet, you have a short sword. A magical short sword. So let me just go and do that right now.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
So-
dun.
Now that Kirsty has a shiny new sword, what would the rest of you like to do?
See, and all of you guys could have had one as well.
I would. I mean,
Melgash looks how people are doing things, and he's like, well, might as well give it a try.
There's
So-
nothing left in the forge.
Yeah,
That's the whole thing. There was
the
only one.
forge is now dead for the next month. It cannot be used.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it was only one.
okay.
Needs to be recharged.
But nobody else would go and touch it. That's why I did.
All right.
Again, that kind of worked out well for me because we had to do something with Zopper and making that Pact of the Blade. Now it's just done two things at once for me.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yeah. Yeah, so what would the rest of you guys like to do whilst I jot down notes? Oh, and thank you, Viv, for the host.
We've got to go back, haven't we, to
I suppose.
wherever it is to tell them about the...
Yeah, we need to report back to, the captain of the 11th Guard, or at least someone of that stature to be like, hey, guess what we found, or guess what we found out, sort of thing.
Yeah, look what we did. And I got this, drawing out the sword.
Ta-da!
Yeah. It's also got another thing, but I won't tell you about that.
Dun dun dun.
You'll figure it out when the time comes.
Alright, I suppose we'll leave.
Okay.
Yes, let's go and leave.
You all make your way back to the 11th Company Barracks, which were, for the sake of the folks at home,
making our way back to the 11th Company Barracks.
Certainly very true. Yeah, you guys make your way back to the company barracks. The captain comes over to you. You can see he's gone.
I was just going to say, did Khan sneak away a few extra magic-y shiny crystals?
If you want to.
For the sake of profit.
You are more than welcome to. You find in that area by the forge there is a crate in which there's about 5 pounds of these crystals.
I will stuff my pockets. With like an extra 2.
Okay then. If nobody else wants to steal things from the mine, you guys make your way back to the barracks. The captain greets you. He's looking a bit more bashed up, but he's got like this massive grin on his face. He's obviously had a good time fighting. To help clear his head a little bit. Nice to see you're back, and you missed out on most of the fighting. Although it looks like you've had a couple of scraps yourself. Now then, and he sits himself down on a stone or a nearby crate and stabs his greatsword into the ground. Tell me, anything good to report?
Well, at least for the most part, at least one of the mine shafts they had control over is currently empty.
Fantastic. Was the mine actually producing anything, or was it just one of the old stone mines?
There were some, I believe, they were some sort of energy crystals.
Ah. That old mine. Okay, another one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It'd be nice to have some magic weapons back on our side again. Anything else?
Now I have to say, out of character, that if anyone else remembers anything, you're welcome to give your input. Yeah. Also, greetings from Viv.
Hey all. Yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to say about the Soul Forge and things like that.
I'm saying nothing, which is normal for me.
Khan will simply know nothing because all he knows is shiny rock.
You are... Tash, is Shizuka being, like, quieter than usual? Quiet.
I mean, you could say that you can hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys
Can't use his minor illusion
silence is like a
create a pin drop sound.
A tumbleweed comes tumbling through in the awkward silences. Well, fine. I'm sure if you have something good you would have said, but otherwise, good job. Have something for you here, and he's like searching through his pockets and eventually pulls out half or a third of a receipt. The other third, and then the final third, obviously got ripped apart when his clothes got wrecked. And you can see written sort of on that receipt is payment for you guys, approximately 40 gold. So you each get 10 gold for your services. Like, hands you like the torn pieces. Give that to my lieutenant, and she'll sort you out. Apologies
Excellent,
for them.
thank you.
Apologies for it being torn. He got caught up in the scuffle. Now, if you excuse me, I've got other forts to see to. If you want to carry on helping out, feel free to wander those wastelands and kill some more gnolls for me. There'll be an extra 5 gold pieces for every gnoll ear you bring back to me. Double points if you get a gnoll lord for me.
Sounds like a reasonable deal for me.
Great. He heaves himself up, and you can see now, like along his back especially, there are cuts and deeper scars. This guy's just been through hell.
Damn.
But his demeanor is the kind of guy that really enjoys fighting. He's actually somewhat glad that the gnolls have been causing trouble. Otherwise he would have been bored out of his mind. But proceeds to walk off. So what do the rest of you like to do? Do you want to go hunt more gnolls? You can all take the 10 gold each as your payment.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, since we kind of done the job for him, I guess... Is it like half of that debt paid from the dude that sent us off to that task anyway?
Pretty much, yeah. The other half now is just to drop the supplies off.
So in that case then, Shizuka will prestidigitate. Since we still have the package to deliver, why don't we go to why don't we go back to Yari and settle that?
Yeah, that might be the best idea. We sort of got distracted slightly.
Yeah, could totally do that.
That is also a fair plan.
Which one is more useful for us to actually give the guy the shipment, or maybe tell that the courier was found dead and keep the shipment?
I mean, on the one hand, we were told that anything else that we do find is forfeit to us.
Well, I will say, Foxy, make an honor check for me. It's been a while.
Alright.
It's been a while since we've used the honor scores. Very nice.
Yeah, indeed.
Well,
18 with the -1.
strictly speaking, honourably, you were paid to locate the shipment. Returning it to him would be a nice gesture, but equally it was illegal goods.
Yeah.
So the honour's a bit murky. It feels more like it should be handed over to the authorities, or you just keep it to yourself might also just be as fine. But otherwise, nothing happens. Your alignment will remain unchanged, regardless of your choice.
Yeah. Being that Relgash anyway is lawful neutral, and he hasn't done anything evil lately.
Yeah. So anyway, carry on with your conversation. As the fact it was brought up, I thought underscores would be important.
It's a wall of silence.
It is. It is the sound of silence.
Yes. Well, we're going back to finish off whatever, isn't it? So we got to travel, I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to do anything else. It's going to take us a few days to travel.
Yeah, it took you about 2 days to get here.
Don't ask me what we're doing. I'm just wandering around. I just follow all of you guys.
Well, that's fine. This kind of works to my advantage. So, decide what you're going to do for the first day of travel, as you guys go to take your first short rest. Hardcore resting rules are screwing you guys over. This feels so good. For me, anyway. I don't know how it feels for you guys. So, anyway, discuss what you're going to do for your first days of travel. I need to prepare something else.
So, okay. If we really wanted to, I don't know, like do something in the meantime, there's the exhibition up in the snowy mountains, like in the north sort of thing. There was an auction that may be of interest to Zopper.
Yes.
And
I will say regarding that auction, you fear may be over by now.
Yeah. That was at the time.
There was something else, but I can't remember.
There was a festival going on in Sakura.
Oh yeah, there was a festival, yeah.
Yeah, your locations were the snowy north, Kita, or Sakura.
I mean, whereabouts are we on the map right now? Right.
You guys right now are here where the P token is.
So I mean, we got. Did we say that there was Yara? There was unfinished business.
Yes, you have unfinished business in Yari.
We've got to go back up that way anyway to sort of connect to anywhere else. If we did go to Kita or... So did we want to just travel there, and then once we're there, choose where to go from there? At least for the first day, and collect supplies and that.
I mean, could be.
Because I think anywhere else we go, anyway, we would have to pass by it, you know, as it's
that's fair.
Larger.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't really make too much of a difference to me where we go. I just thought that would be more of an interest to other people. What is everyone else thinking right now? Like, oh, sorry, Christy. Oh, yeah, sorry.
No. I was actually going to say, what jobs do we actually have to finish? Was what I was going to ask.
If you want to treat this like a RPG style quest book, the only unfinished job right now is to report back to Yari and be like, hey, your contact is dead, and either give or keep the supplies for yourself.
Okay, then we can Yeah, well, let's tie up that loose end.
Everything else right now is
that's what
kind
I'm
of
saying.
side questy.
That's what I mean. Literally, maybe we should just bite the bullet, rip off, tie up that end.
Yeah.
Because that's an easy task. Just tell him that his contract's dead. That's it. We have no more business left with him.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay then.
Okay.
So you begin your first day's travel back to Yari. And as the evening comes, and you all get some sleep, I'm going to need to borrow Shinju for a second.
Shinju?
Sorry. I know who I meant. I meant Zoppo. It's the fact that you're still calling
All
yourself
right.
Lady Shinju Katone. Right, let me slap my camera on so that way people can see me. Hi.
Hi. Are we're away. We're still in the same chat. Everybody's still here.
No, we're in the one-on-one channel. This is the private room.
Yeah, now we are. No, my Discord was showing that we were all still in the same chat, and I was like, this isn't going to work.
Ooh, this is the private channel. So, as you catch your sleep for the evening, regardless of what point your watch is on, you have a strange dream. It's nothing drastic. You find yourself back in that moment when you were raiding that treasure vault years ago. And it just comes in flashes. You don't remember the whole dream. You remember the betrayal, the finding of the lamp, the bargain you made with the djinn. And strangely enough, in this moment, you are in what can best be described as like an empty vault. It's immensely huge. You cannot see the walls anywhere around you. You sit in like this central circle dais on the floor. And you recognise this symbol on the floor. It's the same symbol that adorns the lamp that the djinn is held in. It's just a simple concentric spiral ending in a nice blue gemstone.
Mm.
And eventually you hear the sound of torches lighting around you. As you begin to look around, Zoppa, you find yourself in an empty vault. On one side of you, to your right, stands the djinn. The air djinn that you have made your bargain with. I'm trying to think now. I believe it was pale blue. Like Disney's Aladdin style genie, but not the same genie for copyright reasons.
Not quite the same.
Yeah. Sitting there with his hands together, almost waiting for you to ask him something. But something pulls your attention to your left. And as you look over to your left, you can't make out the face, but there is a humanoid there. Certainly tiefling, judging by their appearance, and a devil-like pointed tail at the end. And you can just about hear someone talking to you, but you can't quite make it out. It sounds like it's like always in static.
Mm.
And it's a very weird thing. And as they reach out for you, you instinctively sort of reach back. And it's like, mirror movements.
Yeah.
And as you touch, you awaken in a cold sweat. But that new sword you have has been summoned in your right hand. And before it was just an unfinished blade. It wasn't like it didn't have a handle or a guard or anything else done to it. Now it is finished.
The blade.
Well, now it's fully finished.
Oh.
And it's however you want that blade to be pictured.
Okay.
So
time to go sword hunting on Pinterest.
Yeah. Yes, I'd recommend also digging into the bleach section.
Yes.
But that's all that happens to you.
Oh, excellent.
Mm.
I can tell the others, I'm sure, if it comes up in conversation.
If you want to. It's your thing. Right. Alex, I'm going to throw us back up to the other room.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, honey, we're back.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hi, Foxy. Is Foxy's connection playing up again?
Yeah, I think so.
Hi, Foxy.
Again.
Anyways, so you all wake in the morning
Oh boy.
after, for some of you, a peaceful night's rest. For one of you, oh, that was a weird sleep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'll just sort of walk up to the others and jab my sword in the ground. Look, it's finished.
I'll press the digitate. Are you all right? Is everything okay?
I had a bit of a lucid dream, and I woke up and this sword was finished. It's nice and shiny now.
I'm guessing the sword is very, very shiny.
Yes, it's very, very shiny.
It's very
Anyway,
shiny.
the interesting part of the dream is it appeared in my hand when I saw somebody in my dream. Another shape of a tiefling was on one shoulder and Genie was on the other. So whether, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for another tiefling, so we'll just assume that the sword wants to help in that endeavour.
Mm.
But otherwise, look at how shiny it is.
Nice.
Indeed.
It can stab
Anyway.
and slash.
Yes. Well, that was my night's sleep. How did everybody else sleep? And is Crepe still a sheep?
No.
Creep's
No,
not-
he poofed out of it.
Yeah, he got hit over the head and came back.
He did
Creep's
poof
fine,
out
Creep's-
of it. Because I just suddenly thought, hang on a minute, is he still a sheep?
No, it would
We're
have worn
having
off by
this
now.
conversation. We just
He
turn
did.
into the corner.
Creep's still
I
saying
can
that's a very
imagine-
angry sheep.
Just imagine your character in the middle of the night waking up just going, I'm cheap.
God, considering the conversation we had when Creep became a drow, it's like, no, you wake up to that and realise, nope, Creep's still there. Still a drow. He wasn't that far. Just, yep, that's flesh. Not wool. We're good.
Right, so shall we carry on, lads and lasses? Guys and girls?
Yes.
Yeah, the Yari.
Yali!
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, I believe
Tally
you.
ho!
Cool. You guys arrive back at the city of Yari. You are let in with no issue this time around. It seems whatever was causing a lot of checks have now been abated. And you make your way to the Undermarket, where you meet with the proprietor, whose name I have long since forgotten. But for now, we should just call him Coffee Man, because I remember that was his dumb thing. He had invented coffee. And he seems to be doing quite well for himself.
Oh yeah, like I remember buying a bag of coffee.
It was a very,
I think
I can't remember. It was a very expensive bag of coffee.
it was, and yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he seems to be doing quite well off this coffee thing. He has like a couple of little tables set out front, and a couple of people seem to be sitting there drinking their coffee. And as you enter, he's finished serving one customer. It's like, Madam, thank you so much for coming in. And, oh no. You guys. So, how was your trip? Please say you've got something for me.
I'm looking at Rolgash.
Well,
Yeah, that's up to him.
we do have some bad news.
Oh, I do hate bad news.
Yeah, we found a career beaten to a pulp.
Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame. Anything else?
All the stuff was stolen already.
Make a deception check.
Oh,
Alright.
boy.
Because you are making a bald-faced lie.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm like, Shizuka's even looking at him as if to say, what?
Oh, please. Be good.
It's not too bad.
That was Viv yelling at me. You dare to die with a pretty intimidating tone of voice.
I mean,
Well, if it makes you feel better, I rolled a natural 1 on his insight.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
He looks at you, he looks at Shizuka and looks back and... Yeah, okay. Well, wasted money is wasted money. At least it means that the city can't have it as tax money at the end of the day. Oh well. I believe there was promise of a payment. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was another 10 gold for each of you. When he walks over to a small cash box, opens it up and begins pulling out.
Hang on a minute. Did he specifically state that before we left?
I can't remember, but I'm saying 10 gold because I'm feeling generous. I mean, I'm sure someone could correct me by going back and watching the past videos on our YouTube channel. Yeah, I know. Sorry, that plug was terrible. It was a bit before, like, shove it down your throat. Anyway, he goes on and counts out all the coins and hands each of you a small stack of 10 gold coins. So you guys are now up 20 gold today.
Oh, hooray!
You guys are already, like, fully in the black for once.
Yay!
It won't last.
No. Nope, you're in a capital city and money's to be spent.
That's it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he thanks you all anyway and hopes that you will have a wonderful time. If you need anything ever again, do feel free to swing on by. He may have other jobs for you.
So it was 10 gold pieces per character?
Yeah, so each of you now is at has gone up 20 gold from whatever you started this session on.
Oh, okay.
You got 10 gold from the 10th company and 10 gold from this guy.
Sweet.
So you're all friggin' rich.
Nice.
Hooray!
Well,
Yeah.
not that
I like
rich.
this. Rich.
31 bits of gold
35.
to go and buy more gold.
35 pieces of gold and 8 silver.
I mean, well, I'm sitting with 16 men and a dead man's chest. Yo ho, heave ho.
Yep.
Yo ho, yo ho.
Pirates
A pirate
like
like for me.
No for me.
well, maybe this campaign can get very piratey.
Yeah, we never have watched or even heard of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Of course.
I mean, I sway more towards cowboys, but you know.
Yeah.
And he's coming.
Very, very good lip acting.
Somebody's poisoned my water hole.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
Oh.
It's with Disney. If you need a replacement Woody, hook me up.
That's not flying.
Tom Hanks.
That's not
just
flying.
stops
It's falling
coming.
with style.
Tom Hanks stops doing Toy Story. Otherwise, where would you guys like to go? There are plenty of opportunities. There's the expedition that's currently building up in Minato that has not left yet, as far as you guys can hear throughout the city. The auction in Kita
Oh
that has had an interesting turn of events. In that the warehouse... That was over 2 weeks ago, but now the news has finally travelled this far south. As it has got to come from Kita to Kawa. Yeah, to Kawa, Sakura, and all the way through to Yali. That the warehouse that held some of the goods that were being auctioned off was broken into the night before the auction. And not all the goods were stolen, but interesting items were stolen. But nobody knows what those items were. And otherwise, the festival at Sakura was fine.
No.
And one of the noble families is expecting their firstborn child within the next few days.
Oh.
Oh, it's very cute.
I want to go to a christening. I mean, what? Sorry, I like babies. Okay.
There's a lot of babies going around in your part of the world.
I can definitely tell. I know Khan and Tomias would be interested in that. Of that auction that happened in Kita. From rumors around the city with mysterious items but not knowing what they are. It's like, shiny. Innate bird instinct kicks in.
Didn't you say that auction was over and done with?
Yeah, it was, but because of how quickly news how long it's taken news to travel, yes, the auction's over, but some bits were stolen and still are unaccounted for.
Ah.
Relgash will be
it's like the movie prop auctions I get, so it's 99% of the catalog's gone, but now it's 1% is missing, but it's odd bits. Anyways, you were saying, Relgash.
Sorry.
So I will be following what the group wants to do.
I was going to say, would it be worth, if we wanted to follow some of the missing items, did we want to see if there was other auctions going on maybe in the land?
Possibly. That's not a bad idea.
Because I would guess that the same people would frequent, auctions all around. It's generally what people do, sort of collect.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
That's very true.
Are you telling me we're going on an Antiques Roadshow?
Yes, we're going on an Antiques Road trip.
Oh no! I'll go fire up the Jag. Give me a second.
All of a sudden, there's a player theme tune of us in the car with.
It's a cart. So.
God, you can tell how old we are. The fact we remember Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
I don't mean for this to sound funny at all, but, and I'm not laughing at it. It's just more because I'm remembering the memory. When my granddad passed away, we were trying to think of music to play at the funeral.
Oh no!
The Antiques Roadshow. The Antiques Roadshow theme tune. What that piece of classical music was, so it could be played.
Why not?
That's actually brilliant, though.
we didn't actually end up using it. We used the Vicar of Dibley theme tune, "The Lord is my shepherd."
I mean,
my sister had that.
We literally live down, he's buried just down the road from where Vicar of Dibley is filmed.
Yeah.
We literally live in Vicar of Dibley land. But it was just the fact that I spent ages looking for the Antiques Road Trip.
Trying to find what it's called and find a clean
ended up
copy.
recording it on our phones because we couldn't find the piece.
I mean, you thought the whole Antiques Roadshow thing was this will be hilarious to play if you at my grandmother's funeral, oh god, Like at my grandmother's funeral, she used to love this one song, but it was like as they were walking out with the coffin, sort of thing. Like the birdie song started playing. It was the birdie song, and it just like that whole blooming and everyone else in the church was horrified. Like how can you be so disrespectful, sort of thing? But like our immediate sort of family, like
just sneaking. It's like, yeah,
like we're doing all the actions and sort of happy crying kind of thing, and yeah,
why not? It's a good send off. I remember some guy had a recording pre-loaded to go, so when the coffin got lowered, it would start playing.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh, that's cool.
So it was a few things like, hello, anybody up there?
Like, help!
Oh no, it wasn't help. It was like full on like, excuse me, I slept in the box. Oh god, there's a Father O'Malley. Oh god, he's droning on again, isn't he? Oh, no wonder I fell asleep.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was like all the good spirits and everything else. Anyway, getting off such a miserable topic.
I mean,
well, miserable-ish. So, if you guys want to go to Kita, 84 miles.
Oh boy,
It's a heck of a trek. I'm trying to remember how fast you guys can travel per day. Was it 24 miles a day?
I believe it was 24 to 26 miles per day.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2.
I believe we also could have a little help on our journey, and we could go to a local fortress and ask if we could have some horses.
The other suggestion I was going to have, if we're in town, in this main town, should we see if there's actually any exports going that way? That there'd be horse and cart, and we can maybe catch a lift with them?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Freebie, I'm game.
Yeah, if they're going that way and we're walking that way, we might as well just see if we can catch a ride kind of thing and always pay or...
Catch a ride.
So someone go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage, as you're all looking for the basically a caravan guard job.
Oh my god.
Investigate. Oh, nice.
Natural 20 from Shizuka. Nice.
Nice.
You do find a caravan. Let's go.
Suzuka's just like, it's right here, guys.
Yeah.
Big sign and everything.
They just prestidigitates a giant, exclamation mark.
Sign. Yeah.
It's like a giant neon arrow pointing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep, Shizuka still wins. So, Shizuka, you do find a caravan that a group of traders that are going to Kita. Their final stop is going to be Geen, but they'll happily have you as far as Kita, although they will pay you extra if you take them to Geen, as that part of the road is really the dangerous bit. But since you're here, you're more than welcome to come with. They will pay you as a group 20 gold now.
Okay.
Well,
basically, if we carry on with them, they'll pay us again.
Yep.
Sounds fair enough. Rather than us pay them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's just the fact that he explains the road from here to Sakura isn't bad. Sakura to Kawa is a little bit dicey depending on what's been going on in those woods. And Kawa to Kita is the most dangerous stretch, but easy enough for transport, and it's literally they want extra help from Kita to Geen and by Foxy.
Mm.
So that's all he's really after is someone from Kita to Geen or Kara to Kita. But since you're here, he'll take you on now, 20 gold. And he even shows you what you are transporting. And he...
Excuse me about that. My Discord suddenly froze and didn't give me any audio on mobile, no less.
Interesting. To be fair, I had a terrible one earlier. I was building maps for tonight and then suddenly blue screen to death.
Oh, damn.
No idea what caused it. PC's been fine ever since. Touch wood. Touch a lot of wood. Touch so much wood, things are actually falling over.
Touch a lot of wood, Abel.
Hey! Got him. Anyways. So, yeah, he brings you over to the wagons that are currently being loaded, and you can see they are being loaded with prisoners.
Mm.
And he does, politely suggest that if you're not comfortable with this, they're going to a labour camp. But your primary duty is to make sure that none of them try to escape when they make their various stops along the way to camp, rest horses, and what have you.
I mean, are they criminals, or are they just literally slave traded?
As far as you can tell, they seem to be of the criminal lot. A lot of them.
Okay, well, on my radar, that doesn't seem as bad.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It depends on other people's.
Yeah, but
not bad, but you know what I mean. Like, not.
Yeah, the thing that really piques your interest is the fact that this is Yari. This is the imperial capital. There is a prison here that can hold pretty much the entire city if needs be. For you guys being natives here, it's a well-known prison. It's kind of like hearing about prisoners being transported off Alcatraz, not normally a prisoner goes to Alcatraz, they don't come out of Alcatraz to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Especially in these kind of numbers, and to a labour camp doesn't seem right. But they are certainly all prisoners, they're all chain ganged up. You can see it's a whole mix of people. There's high elves, wood elves, drow, half elves. Strangely enough as well, a couple of Eladrins.
Oh. What are they being?
So Eladrins are still elves, but they are more attuned to the Feywild than they are to the natural planes. So, Autumn ones will have, literally autumn orange hair. Summer would be, bright blondes and deep blue eyes sort of thing. Yeah, winters are always, atypical. Pick a season, that colour palette that pops to mind is often their skin tone, everything else. But yeah, you're just transporting prisoners to a labour camp at Geen. Where they'll be worked and they'll be made useful citizens for the Imperial... well, for the dynasty.
I suppose, did they have a choice to sort of be...
Well, they had a choice not to commit a crime, if that's what you're asking.
No, but sometimes places give them a choice to sort of work their labour out or get killed, be hanged or work in
the crimes ones are fair enough for execution, but certainly need to be reminded of their place, so they're going to work in a labour camp.
And also, maybe it's that they need something to do.
Quite possibly. But in any case, they're all loaded on the carts, and you're literally being told it's now or never. We'll pay you once we get as far as you'll get your full payment now. But you can get a half now and half when you get to Kita. It's a choice I leave to you.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with that. It's what everybody else thinks.
I'm just going along with what everyone else says. No more.
I am fine with being guarding this, well, let's say, shipment.
Nope. Bye, Foxy. Welcome back, Foxy. Alright then. You guys gear up, mount up, and your travel begins. How long is that journey going to take? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 19 hexes. It takes you the better part of 9 days.
Yo, that means fine. Get a long rest.
Oh yeah, plenty of long rests. That's like 3 long rests, man.
Mm.
Does that mean I get triple the amount of spells for next time?
No.
It stacks, right? It's a video game.
No, sadly your resting speed does not stack.
That was fine. Spells though.
But your journey is largely somewhat uninterrupted. Whilst you're in Sakura, though, you do know what the child is going to be called, as she is the firstborn of the Katone family.
Aww.
So they've honoured to call her Shinju in name of the tree.
Aww.
What's this? What?
Like they're having a baby. Like the royal family. Thing.
After the festival, a noble family were like, look, we're having a child soon. You can all congratulate us later. Whilst you're in the town of Sakura, you find out it's your first character, Christy.
Oh.
It's Shinju. It's her birthday.
Aww.
Nice.
There's a campaign 1 callback.
Yeah.
So there you go. So you make your way through the nice foothills and everything towards the bridge city of Kawa. And in Kawa as well, the mood is pleasant. Everyone seems happy and content, which is very starkly contrast to the cargo you're protecting.
Mm.
And then the final and the longest run takes you past the what's known as the Northeastern Routes, which is the name of this mountain range. Throw the board up so chat can see. So this mountain range here is called the Northeastern Routes. Whilst they are mountains, you can see rock formations that are very reminiscent of like tree roots, linking over things. And through those mountains, you can see why this part is very dangerous. You see, occasionally, like during the day, giants, trolls, occasionally a dragon. They don't harass the cars, but it's just sort of that, I can see why we're wanted here. But your journey is mostly uneventful, until you arrive at the northern port city of Kita.
Hooray!
To which I do not have a map for, because I forgot that you guys had other things you wanted to do. I was thinking more Knolls this evening.
It's no use.
Yeah, it was all Knoll use. But hey, that's what I get for forgetting you guys have other things. And being single-minded of, no, I want to go kill Knolls. It's not about me, it's about you.
Aww.
And with that said, though, Quito itself is a fairly moderately sized city. There is plenty of trade going back and forth. The city stinks, though, of a heavy fish market. I mean, Minato had a smell of, well, of it being like a port, but there was like a military air, so it was a bit of industrialization. Here, there is no industry. It is just straight up fish being packed and moved.
Wow.
Wow.
So, beyond that, there is not much going on here, but the guards that you would transport this cargo with, offer you one final time. If you want, you can follow us all the way to Geen. We'll pay you another 20 gold to cover the worst part of the route. Or you're more than welcome to stake off here.
So, question.
Go on.
Okay, so were we actually paid for the whole 11th company shenanigans and stuff?
Yes.
And it was 20 gold each?
It was 10 gold each.
Oh, 10 gold each. Okay, cool.
The shopkeeper back in Yari paid you another 10 gold each.
Okay, cool.
Which is led to your 20 gold.
Yeah.
And now there is a 20 gold split between the four of you.
So that'll make it 5 gold each.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm just trying to get my maths correct.
Yep. But now the guardsman is offering you another 20 gold split between you all if you want to go with him for the final more dangerous stretch between Kita and Geen.
I mean, like I say, how we might, shall we?
Well, we could go. Being that I don't see a problem.
So 2 of you maybe, but what about the other 2?
I mean, like I said, I don't mind going wherever everyone else wants to go and that.
Do we want the easy way or the slightly more stabby way?
I like to try going easy. I'm only a squishy burb.
At least you're also
I'm an intriguer of knowledge with a book that guides me on that path of knowledge, not someone who wishes to grab a knife, take said knife, and begin it.
So I take it then Khan is more like, no, I want to stay here in Kita and find the shiny things.
Yes, I'm on shiny quest.
I'd rather be shiny.
If I had a choice. Shiny!
Like a diddy.
Like a bitty boo.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's true.
I mean, I would sing it, but we don't want copyright. That's why I was like,
He says, waiting for the day background music finally gets tagged. Probably never will.
Yeah.
Because I am a sound maestro. The only way they'll know is because I've admitted to it. Anyway. So if we assume you guys are going to stay in Kita for the time being, you watch as the caravan of prisoners rolls on, and you guys are now in Kita. Would help if I had it on select. Now I can pop your token on Kita.
Hooray.
I do not have a map. I do not have a map for Kita. But it is, like I said, it's a moderate town, so it has the main thoroughfare going through. And several smaller streets branching off, with only one other main road which takes you down to like a dock area, which is where the smell of fish is coming up from. But otherwise, it's all pretty nice and happy out this way. However, there are still posters up, saying, the auction on tonight with the date, and the date is 2 weeks off. 2 weeks ago, this auction happened.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
But if you're interested, come and see Professor Montague for more information.
Does it have an address for him, or are we just meant to assume we know who?
It does indeed have an address. It is pretty much sort of off on that second street down towards the docks, and he has his own shop. It is called Montague's Menagerie. It's a plain, simple shop with a few rare items. Well, not rare, but magical-looking items stashed in the window, all with price tags on and everything else. And for those of you that enter, you see a rather well-fed gentleman. We can just boil it down to basically assume Alfred Hitchcock with elf ears.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
And as you come in, he's busy polishing a nice little ring, and he goes, "Ah, customers, welcome. Welcome to Montague's Menagerie. I am Montague. How can I be of assistance?"
We heard that there was an auction here a couple of weeks back. I mean, obviously we're too late. Did it go well? We heard that there might be missing items.
Indeed, some items were taken, which was most unfortunate. However, not everything was sold at the auction. I still have a few pieces that were unsold, if you're interested in buying those. And yes, I intend to go with this voice for the majority of Montague.
Yes.
This is a story about murder.
Does Zopper recognise any of the items that weren't sold?
Make a history check for me, Zopper.
In case it was anything that I had originally had and then taken.
Some of them look familiar, but a lot of it's like, and he shows it all off in like this one giant display case. A lot of it is like just rings and other small bits of jewelry. So it's kind of like, I think that ring looks familiar, but you've seen like 100 other silver rings with engravings and filigree. Well, this is all the unsold items. Some of them were all bundled together as lots, but since they weren't sold, I just sold them individually. The most interesting one was this, and he points to a small, palm-sized orb, which catches your interest, Khan, as it is akin to a spellcasting focus for wizards.
Oh.
And he goes, so this is a +1 orb, spellcasting orb. Very well focused for arcane energies. Sadly, no one at the academy in Geen was interested in it, so nobody wanted it. Couple of rings there. May I ask why you're so interested in such an auction? You are aware that the items were stolen? And these were the forfeit.
Yeah, which... No, go on, Montague.
I was going to say these items are just forfeit. Apologies for me interrupting you. This long lag delay makes life difficult.
I was going to say, it brings me on to the next question. You don't remember who was at the auction, do you? Specifically, one or two very good-looking Eastern men. Well, I suppose Western to us.
Possibly. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll for me. I'm trying to get on his good side. Also, Zopper, as you ask this question, the blade gives you, like, the sense of happiness.
Aww. That's
Aww.
adorable.
What was it? Check? Persuasion?
Yes, a persuasion.
That's 5.
Ooh.
Oh, bugger. I have +5 persuasion.
Ooh.
How does that work?
I mean, at least it's not in
You
that one.
picked up my dice curse from last night on the dragon heist.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was rolling terribly all that night. I felt bad.
To be fair, I rolled really good, didn't I, while I was making the sword earlier?
You did.
So that's my luck gone.
It could have been a lot worse. Anyway, I don't recall such a person. Perhaps maybe. And he holds out his hand, seems to be gesturing, something to jog my memory.
Excuse me?
I dealt with an auction from a prisoner. I do not wish to, well, let's put it this way. I'm not exactly an innocent man myself.
An auction from a prisoner?
The items at the auction were a prisoner's forfeit. They were arrested, the goods were taken, and they were sold at an auction under my supervision.
Did you ever see the prisoner?
No, I had no interaction with the convicted, beyond just the fact that they themselves were terrible, terrible people. Terrible crimes. Murder, theft. I want to say adultery. No.
Okay, last question for you. Has there been any sign of tieflings around here apart from me?
You are the first tiefling I've had in this establishment for the past month.
And we're not a regular occurrence, I take it. Very much so.
Although the sight of your people are quite rare. I do enjoy taking in the sights of your people. Did see a man once, a tiefling man, red one. He had even ground his horns to try to hide them. But he was an interesting man.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I cut you off then.
That's right, I just said he was an interesting man.
Yeah.
I might see if anyone gets that reference. Anyways.
Anyone?
No, no, you need to go watch Hellboy. Go watch Del Toro's Hellboy 1 and 2. Go enjoy yourself. We're on Parliament.
Okay, now I get the reference of the tiefling with the ground down horns. Yep. The red tiefling with the ground down horns. I get that reference.
I understood that reference. Anyways.
No, because I got in my notes I made Cesario, which is who I'm looking for, like the classic red tiefling. So it was partly like, are you referencing that? Or are you
Who knows? We could do that if you like. But anyway, that's all I've seen for the past month was that red gentleman and yourself.
Okay.
Now,
thank you very much for your help.
That's quite right. If any of you would like to purchase anything, that would have to be most appreciated.
Anything of any worth for anyone?
He has a whole load of mundane, but also a selection of +1 magical items. As Khan's noticed, there's a +1 orb. Spellcasting focus. Although I'm also offer for trade if you so require. Things can sell quite nicely here.
I was going to say, what other things are on offer?
Mostly the sort of uncommon magical items like a cape of billowing. He has an ever frying pan. The alchemy jugs. Stuff like that.
Oh, how much are the alchemy jugs?
Let me just go and look that up for you.
Is it the thing that can produce mayonnaise and like all sorts of stuff?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Somehow I knew you'd like that. The alchemy jug. How much are you worth? Where are you? Where have you got an alchemy jug? There you are. Points out the alchemy jug, and this fine thing will fetch you a moderate price of 500 gold pieces. But I can produce all manner of liquid nourishment. Behold, as he uncorks the top and says, water, if you'd be so kind. And Discord has apparently froze. Technical difficulties. Well, that's awkward. Apologies for the delay, everybody. This is the fresh faced heck we are now stuck in. We are currently experiencing RTC issues. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Right, let's try and work out what we're going to do. I mean, we could pick this up next week if people want. Alright then, cool. So that is going to be the plan. So apologies everybody. Turns out Discord's completely fallen apart. So you'll have to catch up with this stream next week to see what happens post shop and everything. Shut keys, doesn't mean off. So yeah, apologies about that. You guys will have to. Has that been playing on the other streams as well? No, it hasn't. Fool, that made me panic. Yeah, so apologies everybody. Discord's down. We're going to have to cancel the stream now for the night. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to hit the follow button. It is a fantastic way of helping out the channel. If you are already a follower, why not consider being a subscriber? There is going to be a video coming out soon. I do need to sit down and make it at some point. I'll probably be my Tuesday afternoon at some point, maybe even Thursday, where there will be a full-on lore video for the updated Tales of Fumbles and Fortunes stuff. So things like all the new races that have been added because of modern Canaans and furloughs and so on and so forth, beyond just the core books and what I had made 3 years ago now, I think. So yeah, that's going to be fun. In the meantime, let's go find someone to raid, and we shall end our little stream. Who's doing what? Let's go raid Ben, who's playing Doki Doki Literature Club. This ought to be hilarious. So again, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Until then, everybody. Bye-bye.